What's this?
Hello, welcome back to the Freak Show. Bumpy Big Squiggums here. I want to thank you all for joining me for the next episode of Torment Tides of Numenera. I've decided to do one more for it today, guys and gals. Normally I was only going to do 3, but we really haven't gotten into the game proper. I mean, we haven't really got to move around too much. We got to explore the dome that we crashed through a little bit, but there's not really been a lot of fighting or anything of that nature. In fact, there's only been the one fight. So I figured in good conscience, I couldn't just go ahead and leave you guys with nothing. None of the actual gameplay or anything like that, so we're gonna go out and see what's what. I suppose we could talk to Calistige if we wanted to, or Calistige. Let's talk to Aligern again. What? I don't know if he's got more to say. I just wanted to double check here. No. Okay, let's keep going. And what are these things? Alright, so let's take a look. We can interact with them. There's some junk over here that we can interact with. Alright, some more shin, which I assume is money. There's some speed and might. Elutriated force. Alright. Is that like the force of a loofah? Could be.
I'm going.
There's no way to be sure. A tangled cluster of metallic tendrils grows from the depths of the nearby water. Strangely, they resemble clawed alien hands, most of which have 7 or 8 fingers. Examine the cluster. The hands sway softly, but their movements are difficult to follow. Watching them for too long makes you feel nauseous. Apart from the hands themselves, you don't notice anything of interest in the cluster. Huh. Well, we could try smashing it. If you select a companion's portrait in the effort window, they can assist the last cast-off with some challenges. Your companion's stat pools are used instead of your own, and they may have different skills, abilities, and statistics that make the challenge easier. Companions cannot assist in a crisis and can only use their stats during their turn. Okay. We have a 60, 80, 100. 60 is all we can do with you. Maybe. No, you can go up higher. What about you? 45 up to 85. Well, I sort of want to use you so I don't have to waste my own stuff. Now let's do it. Success. You grip the hand nearest to you and snap it from its roots. Stepping back, you give it a couple of experimental swings. Good balance. It might actually make a decent weapon. You gain the 8-fingered mace. I am searching for the 8-fingered man who killed my father. I know, it's a 6-fingered man who killed my father. Inigo Montoya. Everybody knows. Everybody knows it's fine. Alright, you aren't happy unless you're breaking things, are you? Let's see if I can pull another hand out. Wrap your hands around one of the wrists and pull with all your strength. Eventually, gasping, you give up. The tendrils seem thicker and stronger now, as if they've fortified themselves against you. Walk away! Walk away, walk away! Alright, what do we have? We have ourselves a medium melee weapon, which is better than our crystalline shard of a weapon. And do you guys have your own weapons? Oh, look at you, you have like a real mace. I have the fake mace, you have a real mace. Mine seems better than yours. Oh, and she's got a gun. Well, good for her. Or bad for me, depending. Alright, well, I don't know that we necessarily need the glass shard at this point, since I broke off a mace, because I'm awesome like that, but...
Doing it now.
You know, that's fine. What are these things? 2 floating cones whirl and spin deliriously around each other. Okay. Giggling like children being tickled. The air around them smells of sweet, burning leaves. What are you? The cones continue whirling and laughing like enraptured dancers, giving no sign that they've even heard you. Watch them for patterns. The longer you stare at these artifacts, the more you're convinced that they turn faster when their spiraling paths cross each other. This probably isn't going to work. Oh, we are. Apparently we're pretty quick, though. Even with our bad finger thing. And you probably... Yeah, we'll just have her do it. Success! You managed to graze one of them with the tip of your finger. Roarn! A voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. A moon hangs over you, but it is not the one you recognize. It's black and in a pearl-white sky. Thick, flat asteroids orbit it like petals in the wind. You feel questing tendrils, at your ankle, and the hot wind on your face smells of scorched hair and grief. Well, that's weird. Your vision returns, the cones hang motionless for only a second before resuming their giggling dance. What are you for? The cones greet your question with a split second of hushed silence followed by delighted peals of helpless giggling. They aren't for anything. They're from one of the worlds before this one. Aligern rubs a hand along his stubbled jaw. Sometimes the Numenera will do something useful. Sometimes they'll turn you inside out. And sometimes they don't do a damn thing, if that makes sense. I've often said the same thing about you, darling, Calistige murmurs. You know what? We'll try speaking to him again. Sure. Childlike laughter's the only response. Okay. Well, that well has run dry. Let's go back down here. I think we can use somebody else's abilities to help me get through and salvage something out of the thing with the quick fingers that I don't have. It's fine.
Yes, child.
Yes, child. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, well, we don't have the quickest of fingers ourselves. However, our gal pal here says yes. I will do it to make it so. Okay. Taking care to avoid the sparks, you extract several handfuls of shiny trinkets and coin-like objects. Sweet. You recognize their value at once. Such objects would be accepted as shins, the informal currency in most regions of the world. So you gather them up and take them with you. I gained an item called Spray Flesh. Lovely. Huh. Heals 8 points of health. And 16 shins. Alright, let's leave the device alone. We have accomplished more than ever before because we came back and we did stuff. Alright, I'm not sure where we need to go necessarily. I am curious again, I want to take a look at the map. Oh, I love the fact that the map is like this. That's so neat.
Sure.
Alright. Is there a way to interact with this thing? Yeah, I thought there was going to be. That looks like a bridge or something, so let's see how this plays. A matte black obelisk floats in mid-air above the water. It has sharp curved sides that converge to a glowing tip that brightens or dims with the passing of the base faint breezes. Lean out to touch the obelisk. You raise your hand toward the stone or toward the obelisk. A dull green light wells from within the black stone fixed on you. Like a furious eye. Aligern. I knew someone who did what you're about to do, Aligern says casually. Aeon Priest. A beam came out the top of that thing and ripped his face off. Made a fancy nightlight out of his crystal necklace, though. But hey, I'm sure you know what you're doing. Oh, hush. At least that poor priest died in service of his curiosity rather than stumbling about the coast complaining and feeling sorry for himself. Well, go ahead if you must, she tells you, ignoring Aligern's glare. But do be careful. Stretch your crystal shard toward the obelisk? Ooh, that sounds totally dangerous and bad. Let's do it. Carefully, you level the shard at the obelisk, and a superheated beam lances from the tip of the structure into the crystal, sending vibrations up your arm and suffusing the shard with a warm green glow. Hey, we gained 3 experience, and I did like a little my face type maneuver. So what did that do specifically? Ooh, an infused crystalline weapon. 3 physical damage, 3 damage per effort applied, maximum of 9. Yeah, I still like the 8-fingered mace a bit more. But it's cool that we have this now. Well, I guess we did what we had to do.
I'm ready.
Let's leave the obelisk alone. I'd rather not have my face melted off. That does sound like a bad thing.
Ready.
Like, generally speaking, it sounds like a bad thing. Oh, there are lots of things to see here. A yawning intake marks the front of a long-dead construct. Inside, the metal is pitted black and ancient. A cable connects the spout to the collection device. The nozzle looks like it may have been attached to another machine at one time. This device is collecting black goop from somewhere underwater and pumping it to the nearby spout. The strange lines and rippling forms of sunken buildings are dramatically different from the architecture above the waterline. Mutaha. More stuff over here. Although this cube hovers in the air, you can feel the ground shudder with its vibrations. A long cable extends from this spout, but at the point where it dips below the water, it's been snapped in half. This massive construct was trying to climb across the top of the reef when it died. Its surface is pocked with tiny scars and scorch marks. Oh, this is like a giant mech or something? Huh. That's terrifying. Cobalt petals fold over a short metal stem. Calcified minerals hold the ancient weapon enclosed.
Sure.
Yeah, this totally doesn't look bad and dangerous in any way. Oh, I think we're about to get into our first fight. Yeah, our first real fight, not our mental fight. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are as well. Oh, they made a dramatic enough entrance. Koro, I guess? Koro? As you step onto what looks like the back of an enormous construct, 4 strangers approach you. In the lead is a wiry man with parallel scars running from his cheek to his collarbone on the left side of his face. He gives you a welcoming smile, pulling on gray gloves embedded with pulsing lights. He's about to say something to you when he notices Calestige. Cal, I thought you'd sworn off trawling the reef. Found anything tasty? His eyes travel up and down both you and Aligern. Odds and ends, Koro. Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure. Her words are calm, but she has gone quite still. Calestige, is something wrong? Nothing's wrong, dear. I accompanied Koro on an expedition once, long ago. His methods were too crass for my tastes. Though, in his defense, he never tried to kill me when my back was turned. She beams at Koro, or if he did, he failed, and I didn't notice. I don't like this, Aligern hisses in your ear, but loud enough for Calestige to hear as well. If she's cagey about him, it can only mean trouble. You should hear what I tell people about you, dear, she gives Aligern a venomous smile. Killer or not, she whispers. Koro is not a man who can be trusted with unvarnished truth. Tread lightly. Turn to Koro. What do you want? Right to the point, this one, isn't he? I know most of the draft, that scavenges the reef these days, but it's rare pleasure to see a new face. The smile is disarming. Whoa. All I want is information. A falling star landed near here not long ago. I don't suppose you were around to see it. Nice scars. How did you get them? 2 things are more dangerous than death in this world, he says, his smile widening. Asking impolite questions of strangers, and playing with Numenera you don't fully understand. My error was in the latter category, and I've grown more careful since. What are those gloves for? Unwelcome, but anticipated complications. He does not elaborate. Oh, he does so love his ambushes, Calestige whispers in your ear again, even though her mouth is closed and she isn't looking at you. Weird. He didn't have the gloves when I knew him last, but I'd wager they're connected to the devices in the area. Huh, that could be bad. I'm just noticing this thing is spitting black gunk up here. So, Koro says, apparently unaware of Calestige's interruption. The star, have you seen it? Where did this star land? Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't be reduced to harassing noble travelers. I never saw it, you see. My employer did, and thought, who is the most trustworthy team I can send at a moment's notice? He winks. Luckily, they were on another assignment. We were interested in, well, we weren't too drunk yet, so... Well, I fell from the sky. There was no star. What interests you about the star? How kind of you to ask, Koro says, clapping his gloved hands together. So few people are interested in the tangled motivations of paid explorers. He spreads his arms as if holding the sky and continues. The world is littered with ruins and fascinating secrets. Trouble is, anyone can claim them. But when something falls from the sky, now that's rarer than a man. That's rarer, and a man can make a name off such a find. He pauses, then adds, "We're also being paid quite handsomely, so, that helps." Enough chat, I think, he says. And there is no humor in his smile now. Where's the falling star? Well, you're in my way. Move or I'll make you move. I fell. There was no star. I'll be honest with you. I saw the star, but I don't know where I landed. I'm also here for the star. Unlike you, I want it, and all its secrets for myself. You guys ready to die? Because I'm kind of ready to die, so let's get killed. You're in my way. Move. The red tide has raised a moderate amount. The silver tide has raised a moderate amount, too. Threats. Thank you so much. I prepared a wonderful trap and would have hated to see it go to waste. Koro clenches his gloved fist and signals to his companions. Okay, trap. Wait. I didn't mean it. You'll regret this. What a shame, Koro says and glances at his companions. Now! Well, it's about to get messy. Overcome Koro and his mercenaries. Use the glowing turret or purple energy to your advantage. Talk to Koro with different party members. In a crisis, characters take their turns in the sequence shown at the top of the screen. The sequence is determined by a character's initiative. You can improve this score by training the initiative skill. Not all encounters must be solved with muscle alone. Try using the Numenera artifacts nearby or talking directly to Koro. How you choose to solve the crisis is up to you, but there will be consequences for your actions. Okay, so there's a few different things that we can utilize. Oh, apparently we are not the first to move. Ow! Huh. She disappeared. That's probably not great. A lambent green fluid drips from the end of this device's nozzle and hisses angrily on the metal surface beneath it. Its valve still functions, could be used as a weapon. Well, I think we should do that. That sounds like a legit thing. A long tube emerges from the plating of the dead construct and winds upwards. The duct terminates in a hollow cone. Every few seconds, a minute drop of green liquid drips out of the end and steams as it strikes the ground. A round dial rests at the base of the cone, ringed by a thin crust of corroded metal. It appears to be a valve that controls the flow of the noxious substance, but it looks like it hasn't moved in centuries. It consumes our action point, and we have to use might to turn the valve. Yeah, let's do it. We have an 80%. Well, we're guaranteeing this thing works. With a crack, the valve budges a centimeter. A thin stream of noxious fluid pours from the nozzle and hisses onto the metal surface. You open the valve a bit further and aim the ensuing spray. Oh, dang! Well, that could be painful and unsatisfying. Let's do it. Aligern's body is covered in strange, shifting tattoos. He can use Living Tattoo's ability to pluck a strand of ink from himself, granting him the Living Tattoo Fettle. While the Fettle is active, he gains increased bonuses by chaining together similar actions. Attacks, healings, applying other Fettles. If he uses a different kind of action, he breaks the chain and loses the Fettle. This ability does not use his move or action, so he can activate it and then do something else. Nice. To use the ability, use the left click on its icon and the ability bar above the party's portraits. Okay. So, innervate, remove all negative. Okay, hide living tattoos.
They never seem to run out.
Okay, well, I think we're going to go and we're going to attack you. And we can increase the damage a bit? Yeah, let's do that. React! Not enough to take you out, though. Callistige is a dimensional husk who exists in multiple realities at the same time. She can use this trans-dimensional power to teleport between locations using her dimensional superposition ability. Well, that's interesting. Teleport uses her move instead of her action, so she can activate it and then do something else. Interesting. Well, I don't think we need to do that. What is this? Energy pulses occasionally over this dish. A flash of melancholy prickles your mind when what? Sorry, with each wave.
As you wish.
There is a shallow depression in the surface here, like many others scattered around the construct. Unlike the others, however, energy still pulses across this one at random intervals. A slight lead implacable sense of unease emanates with each wave of energy. There is a loose lens at the center of the depression. You think you could redirect the psychic effects somewhere more useful, but it will be tricky to get in between the energy pulses. Okay, uses our action, redirect the lens. Ooh. Well, you know what? That's fine. You fully depleted one of your stat pools, might, speed, or intellect. To recover your stat pools, you can find a place to sleep or use consumable items like ciphers. Success. With careful timing, it is easy to twist the lens into what is hopefully a more favorable position. The lens glows, warning of an impending energy pulse. The field of energy extends outward and worms into eyes, ears, mouths of Koro's team. Hope drains from their faces, replaced by a numb stare. Then the shallow depression becomes dark and dormant. Well, that seems useful. I'm gonna say that we should probably just move maybe over... Yeah, over here, maybe? I'm not sure.
Of course.
Stop moving, rage. She's enraged. She's gonna swing. Oh my gosh, that was so much damage. Oh, there's a haste. Oh gosh, does that mean she's gonna get to go again before we get to move? You'll have to do better than that, mate. Oh, she got healed. No. I feel like that thing didn't do much for us. Alright, it's our turn to shine once again.
Yes.
Okay, I believe we can do this again. Does it not hit our own people? Looks like it doesn't. I may regret this. No, it totally didn't hit our own people. Okay, I guess we end the turn for us. Alright, buddy, you're gonna need... oh, huh? Oh, they each have their individual backpack. Oh. Really? I thought... I thought we all shared the same backpack. Is that not true? I thought there was like a group inventory that we could trade and all that stuff. Is that not how this works? I must have misunderstood. Oh, he's going to get wrecked then. This is not going to go well for us. Well, I say that. Well, we'll see. Character's abilities. Remove all negative fettles, excludes flanked and lasting damage. I sort of want to just go for like a kill right now, but I feel like in so attempting, it's probably not going to go super well. Let's try to take her out. It's going to do a pretty sizable chunk of damage. Yep. There it is. Okay.
Here we go then.
Oh, we just got ourselves a heavy weapon. Or we could get ourselves, you know, I'm going to take it all just in case. I don't want to have to run into any kind of situation where we're in a lot of trouble here.
It's a plan.
All right, let's get away from this. Alright, let's get in a bit closer. So now it's her time to shine. What do we have here? We can teleport around. We also have trans-dimensional onslaught, deals 5 trans-dimensional damage and confers hobbled if the target fails to resist. Huh. I feel like that could be beneficial. It says we can talk. Take them down, Koro shouts to his colleagues. We need that falling star. Persuasion. Tell him he's going to get him and his friends killed. Yeah, we can try that. You know what? I'd rather just fight it out. I think... Oh no, that we used our action. Did it? No, I don't... No, stop talking to him. Stop it! It didn't use his action. Sorry, I'm freaking out for no reason. So how much damage do you think we do? I don't know, let's do this. The resistance stat works the same as armor, but reduces damage from energy, chemical, mental, and trans-dimensional sources. We don't know how much HP this guy has. Oh, we do. Okay. So it actually... Oh, that's pretty legit. She does not have... Oh, those are speed. Well, I think we are going to use the other one then. Okay, so I think we're going to end up having to use this. It's going to do the most damage that we can to him. Oh, it did more than I thought. We must get to Koro's corpse. The device implanted in his arm that he used to deactivate the light bridges is ungoverned. Without its input, the bridge relays are fast becoming overburdened. You know an awful lot about how this works. Is this a new trick of yours? She shoots him a deadly glare. Shut up and help disarm it before this entire construct explodes. That could be good. Oh, Koro's, oh god, stay away from me, you bastages. Thick air snare? Oh, we got knocked down.
I feel terrible.
Oh, she's kind of poisoned, I guess. Koro, oh, you lack nibbers aren't going to end me. Is she leaving? During a crisis, events sometimes occur that can change your objective. Killing Koro has caused the bridge controls to overload, and they will explode if you don't disable them quickly. To get out of this crisis unscathed, you will need to interact with Koro's corpse to reactivate the light bridges. Okay. The device planted on Koro's arms is chirping. Okay.
Alright.
Well, looks like that's what we're going to be doing then. Oh boy. The strong glass panel embedded in Koro's forearm is stained in blood. Beneath it, lights and indicators flicker in time with spasms of energy at the deactivated bridge ends. Okay. Stomp on the panel. That can't be good. Quick fingers open the strong glass panel. Or lore, machinery, figure out how to deactivate the device. I don't think this is a good idea. Oh, I can't do any of those. Okay. Apparently. I am not the guy that we want to do those things with.
Yes.
Alright, I'll try to interact as well. Nope, doesn't look like any of us can do anything either. Alright. Oh, and she even tried, huh?
As you wish.
Ah, she can actually do it. Alright, so we're gonna try this. Figure out how to deactivate it. 100%. Done. You carefully examine the exterior of the panel. After a few moments of study, you discover that an odd-looking protrusion is actually a latch. You move it, and the strong glass panel snaps open. Inside the device, you see a gently flashing button. When you press it, the light generators hum back to life. Excellent. I didn't sign up for this. I'm out of here. Do you guys really, like, do you honestly believe that we're going to let you go? Like, if we have any way of stopping this? Do you really think that you get out of this unscathed?
Yes.
Yes, I do. I do think that very thing.
Here we go then.
I mean, we're gonna be like super close to this guy. We can't hit him, really?
Of course.
What? Well, they ran away, but I mean, I guess, well, whatever. That was a fiasco. I hope you've learned something, kid. You can't trust her in any reality. Excuse me? Are you suggesting I had something to do with Koro's plans? Are you suggesting you didn't? An old friend of yours just happens to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us as we return from the greatest find of the reef has seen in years? It's too convenient for me. Too convenient by far. They attacked me too, in case you missed that. Well, they didn't kill you. Maybe you intended for them to weaken us so you could stab us in our sleep tonight. He throws up a hand, forestalling Calistige's retort. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore, and I wonder why I ever did. This is the last we traveled together. I've got enough to worry about without having to watch my back 28 hours a day. You coming, kid, or what? Aligern, I really don't think she was trying to betray us. Calistige, it was a little convenient. Really going to walk away from each other over this? That's fair. Oh, this is just the last needle that crushed the Anine. Okay. You haven't seen the 1/10 of her depths, not 1/20th. She's a backstabbing bleep, and this mess here only proves it. Always a paragon of class, Aligern. If I did have any interest in betraying you, do you really think I would need Koro's help? Yet this is the thanks I get for coddling your pain-rattled, judgmental weakness for so long. I've had enough. She turns to you. Child, I am happy to guide you, but I will not walk another step with this paranoid buffoon. Finally, something we agree on, he growls. Kid, she'll chop off your head and spit down your throat. I'll get you to where you need to go and let you sleep at night to boot. It's up to you. Well, I can choose Aligern or I can choose Calistige. Why can't I travel with both of you? Can't you just work it out? Yeah, why not that? Oh, I don't understand what it is about when I cover new games. I always seem to get interrupted multiple times when I'm doing the first few episodes. It's just a thing that happens all the time. I can record stuff that I've recorded already, you know, like episode 5 and beyond of games, and nobody ever bugs me. As soon as I start doing a new game, and I'm like, alright, let's get into it, and then that's when I get interrupted. Anyway, sorry guys. She burst out laughing, my dear boy. We have been working it out. Aligern's petulance and his obstinacy in the face of fact drive me away every day. He might be strong, but he's also thick. I dare you to try traveling with him and see how long you endure. Not as long as I have, I'll wager. His face darkens under her accusations, but he manages a pained smile. As if you're doing me a favor by staying with me? Do you think I don't see your true self and all those echoes around you? That's you, Calistige, every facet of it. Your vivisectionist's heart hasn't changed, just the way you present it. I thought I could help you, but I'm going with Aligern, guy.
As you wish.
Or gal, lady,
Should you
people.
change your mind, I'll be at the order of truth. But don't bring the complainer. A farewell to you, child, and best of luck. You'll need it.
Thank you. And good riddance. He gestures toward the stair. Come on. Whatever answers exist are up there. We'll find what you're looking for. What both of us are looking for. Okay. Now that you've dealt with Koro and his goons, you can continue on to the city of Sagus Cliffs. To reach the city, cross the bridge at the north end of the platform. Before you go, you may wish to take a moment to recover and search the bodies of the defeated enemies for any equipment or valuables. Yeah, I do want to do that. Well, what I think we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is break off the episode here. We will do the looting and the searching of the random things that we missed in the next episode, and hopefully, yeah, we'll be able to continue on and figure out what's next. Pretty cool so far. I'm enjoying it. I love the fact that the engagements that we get into are turn-based. That is definitely in my wheelhouse. Definitely my types of games stuff. and it's pretty darn awesome, I got to say. And again, anyway, folks, that's it for the episode. I'll see you next time with more Torment Tides of Numenera. Until then, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.